Praise be our one infinite Creator. Welcome, my sisters and brothers, to the Law of One. I am Robert, but a humble messenger, and it is my privilege to share with you conscious channeling of LL research. Today, we will speak about how can I better utilize my being. I am QO. I greet this group in the love and in the light of the one infinite Creator. It is a privilege and a blessing to be with you this evening as we extend special greetings to those who are here for the first time. This is a tremendous privilege for us, and we thank you for it. We ask, as always, that you understand carefully that which we say is opinion and not gospel. We have a great desire to serve you, and so we come as you do to those who know perhaps less than you, with our helping hands extended. But we are not so naive as to feel that we have learned all the answers, for although we seek the Creator, yet we are not yet the Creator, and in our individuality lies error. Thus we offer to you our own experience and that which we have learned along the way. But always we ask that if that which we say is not helpful to you, please leave it behind without a backward glance or second thought. Conversely, if that which we say is helpful, please feel free to use it and to build upon it as your own. Each of you has a concept of what beingness is, based upon your observations of yourself and other selves. The difficulty with attempting to observe consciousness is that one is observing consciousness by the use of consciousness. It is therefore difficult, though not impossible, to get a well-rounded, shall we say, view of what one is by observing what one does, what one thinks, and what one intends. Beneath the level of any thinking, doing, or intention lies beingness or consciousness. When one can surprise oneself in a state of unthinking beingness, one has the evanescent glimpse of the face of the Creator. For each of you is, in the basic consciousness, a holograph of all that there is. Just so can one observe the Creator's face in space, or tree, or idea, or emblem, whether one goes to myth or to observation of the smallest natural detail. One is working to gain a more rounded awareness of the consciousness of love. You will notice that we use love in the same way that we use the word Creator. We are sorry to use words that pale, besides the meaning that they are intended to convey. However, channeled information has, as perhaps its tightest structure, the clumsy limitation of words. We attempt to connote such by the word love, but we intend to convey a fiery, creative love which is far more primal than any sense of love which is used to express emotion. The use of the word logos in your holy work, known as the Bible. The logos is perhaps the closest to our use of the word love, intending a meaning of the Creator that we could approach within your language. Your consciousness, that which is the tune you hum before you have learned to sing, is that of love. You share the thought that created all that there is, all the worlds that there are, and all the beings that live upon them, between them, and indeed, all the beings that are them. Now, what shall you use this consciousness for? You have experienced sleeping, waking, and exalted consciousness. If we were to ask you which level of consciousness you found most useful, you would perhaps choose the more active state of consciousness. For within the illusion which you experience as third density reality, you must choose your state of consciousness in terms of that which can be done. Thus, one would automatically choose to be awake when there are things to do. It is likely that you have a prejudice against those who distract themselves so that they shall not become aware of the full extent of their own consciousness. Those who do not enjoy the thinking and the pondering. Those who have not yet set their feet upon a path which seeks, if not answers to questions, at least a better knowledge of what questions are worth the asking. And yet, consciousness is not measured in terms of conclusions drawn or actions taken. For it is our humble opinion that nothing can be known within the illusion which you experience at this time. And indeed, the purpose of the illusion that you experience at this time demands that you operate without full knowledge of the consequences of your decisions. For consciousness is other than is most often valued among your people. And by that we mean that this instrument would call Western civilization. There is a kind of awakeness of consciousness, which is perhaps the best way to express in a short period of time, which this instrument informs me we have. A proper and appropriate goal in consciousness, and that is the state of present joy. For the consciousness of creative love, the consciousness of the Logos is ecstasy. This instrument did not wish to express this word, yet we insisted. We do not mean to suggest that those who seek pleasure are moving necessarily in the correct direction for the best use of their beingness. We wish rather to suggest that the nature of love is a joy beyond expression. And we find that is the definition of the word ecstasy. The logos is orgasmically joyful. That is a steady state. That is our perception at this time, if you will pardon our use of that inaccurate word. We suggest that the best use of beingness is a persistent attempt to approach a natural state of present joy. We include the word present because the key to being fully free of that which would keep one from being joyful is entrance into the present moment. The seeker, no matter how sincere, cannot systematically decide to be joyful and have it be so. For the state of mind is intrinsically counterproductive to much that this density of vibration has to offer in terms of learning. The approach of joy involves several series of experiences in which the seeker becomes confident through meditation and the analysis of experience that she or he has penetrated the key factors of spiritual seeking and now grasps the nature of seeking. There develops then a lack of openness to change, which results in further discomfort and challenges, which then open up the seeker to the painful consideration of further refinements upon the choices she or he has already made. The ultimate result of these choices is finally a bafflement and a frustration deep enough to cause the seeker to surrender the quest and leave the understanding of the quest in the hands of the Creator, which the seeker wishes to know. The nature of being is such that one cannot know the Creator except by being with the Creator, or more accurately, perceiving the being of self and Creator as one. This is done only through the surrender of the self to the great self. Thus, the most efficient use of being is the surrender of that being to the higher will of the greater self, the greater being, the greater love. So that these things which the seeker does are channeled through the seeker from an infinite source of compassion and creative love. The uses of creative love are subtle, and service to others has never been easy to penetrate. What seems to be of service is often not. What seems to be directly not of service sometimes is. What seems to be worth doing may not be, and vice versa. Creative love has an infinite capacity and patience, and may burn long after human energy has given out. We do not suggest that you go immediately towards a surrender. For first you must discover for yourself the nature of your journey and your quest, and a great enough respect for your own being and for the Creator that has placed your being and the Creators together. We would not have you do these things because we suggest it. However, if we can inspire you to meditate and seek the experience of your own being and the further experience of placing your beingness in the presence of the consciousness of love, then perhaps you can make your choices with some awareness that will enable you to penetrate the nature of the journey that you are upon more quickly. For that is what we are here to help you do, my friends. We are here to help you accelerate the course of your spiritual evolution. We are, if you will, the health food of the spirit, the mind, and the emotions. The yogurt, shall we say, of pilgrims. There are many things that you can put into your mind having to do with who you are and where you are going that may not enable you to be of service to yourself or to others or to the Creator whom you wish to know and to serve. We hope that we are somewhat helpful. Move slowly and turn always to meditation, for it is within the silence within your own being that you shall contact the source that lies deepest and truest within the universe that is your own being. For the greater part of your own being you shall not, within your incarnations within this illusion, fully experience. Yet you shall see the reflection of them more and more as you meditate and dwell more and more comfortably with the deeper portions of yourself. At this time, aware as we are that there are some questions that you would like to ask, we will transfer this contact. We are most grateful, as we have said, to be able to speak with you. We would now transfer. We are known to you as QO.